How come my videos get no views? Why aren't people watching my videos? My channel is too small to compete against those big channels. Does YouTube hate me? Does any of this sound familiar? You're a small channel and no matter what you try to do, you just can't seem to get views on your videos. My name is Daniel and I'm here to help. I'm gonna give you a simple 4-step strategy that can get traffic flowing to your channel, and today we're gonna start with step 1, titles. Wait, before you even start, I know you think you've probably got titles figured out, but I'm here to tell you if your videos aren't getting any views, your titles suck. I know that sounds harsh, but I'm telling you that because my titles sucked too. And the reason they sucked is I just didn't know how to do them properly. But I can show you how to fix that. Titles are the single most important part of your video. They're more important than your thumbnails. They're more important than your content. And this is from a guy whose channel is devoted to making better content. But listen, there's a reason I say that, because no matter how good your thumbnails are and no matter how great your content is, if nobody sees it, it's useless. So today we're gonna fix your titles. And the first thing you need to master in order to do that is keyword research. First of all, you need to understand how YouTube works. YouTube doesn't just put your videos out there randomly and wait to see who views it. And YouTube certainly doesn't play favorites if that's what you're thinking either. It looks at the information it has and decides what to do with your video. And the information that YouTube considers the most important by far is audience behavior. What are the viewers doing? How are they reacting to your video? Larger channels already have a built-in audience. They have subscribers that'll watch that video when it's uploaded, and YouTube can figure out what those viewers think of the new video. They can look at the YouTube history of those viewers and then suggest that video out to people who have similar tastes and viewing habits. But when small channels just like mine upload a video, YouTube doesn't have a lot of traffic data to make those decisions. So it relies on what the creator is telling it about the video, the metadata. The single most important piece of metadata by far is your title. YouTube will take it and try to match it with things that people are searching for to see how it performs. And then it can gather traffic data, but it does that in a very specific way. If the title you choose for your video has a lot of competition, if it's something that a lot of people search for and a lot of videos have been made about, it'll stick it in line behind a bunch of other better performing videos that have titles like yours. It's like being at the grocery store on a really busy day and you get stuck in line at the register behind 20 other shoppers with full shopping carts. What you need to do is look for an open register, one that you can race over and get in line before anyone else tries to take advantage of it. The key to those open lanes is you need to find exact search terms and phrases that people are looking for and that research shows you could potentially rank for. This is where 90% of small channels blow it. Either they use titles that people do search for but they have no chance of ranking for, or they come up with titles that nobody is searching for. Let's use gaming channels for instance. Fortnite is one of the biggest games out there, and trying to make a video about Fortnite that a small channel has a chance to rank for is next to impossible. But not impossible. Fortnite Battle Royale may be the game that you're playing, but if you use those words to start your title, because that's who's ahead of you in line. But if you spend a little time to rethink your title and try to find an open lane, maybe you'll find that a lot of people like to watch Fortnite videos where the creator isn't swearing and using cuss words throughout the video. So they search for Fortnite with no bad words. Gamers out there, that is a 94 out of a possible 100 search ranking and a wide open lane. But the trick here is you have to use those exact words in that exact order. There are several creators that I coach, and the most common mistake that I see them make is they veer off course from their target. They see Fortnite with no bad words and they decide they like the title Fortnite Battle Royale without swearing better. Let me be perfectly clear. Search is semantic, meaning the search engine tries to match the results with what it thinks the viewer is trying to search for. So if YouTube has a lot of traffic information about your video and who's been watching it, it may end up in discovery for slightly different titles, but only because YouTube has that traffic data to work with. In your case, you don't have that. You're a tiny channel. Your videos are unproven. You don't have all of those views and traffic to tell YouTube what the best place for your video is. So listen to me very carefully. Use the exact words in the exact order to create your title. Now you can add stuff to the end of the title to make it more compelling. You could take a title like Fortnite with no bad words and add Battle Royale tips and tricks to the end of it if you think that that's more specific to your video. And it could actually help with where your video could be suggested in the future once it starts to gain some traffic. Let me show you some of my own successes. On my other channel, Extreme Food Reviews, I wanted to make a video about how to make beef jerky. But the research showed me, although that was a very popular search term, I had no shot at ranking for that, and I would have been lost in the back pages of YouTube. So I did a little more research, and I was able to find that people searched for the term air fryer beef jerky, and that term was much easier to rank for. It had hundreds of searches on both Google and YouTube, but nobody seemed to be optimized for the words in that specific order. So long story short, guess who owns the #1 spot on YouTube and Google for air fryer beef jerky? And that video continues to climb in views. And as it grows, it gets suggested out next to other videos with similar titles based on its performance. And that creates a traffic snowball effect. I just had to get that snowball rolling downhill to begin with. In fact, I have several videos on that channel that drive thousands of views every month because of this keyword title strategy. And keep in mind, that channel is only 8 months old and has less than 1,000 subscribers. So that is step 1 of this 4-step strategy. I use several tools to do my research, some of them free, some of them paid, and I'll put links to all of them down in the description. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments section below and we'll dig deeper. But if you've learned anything here today, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss the rest of this conversation. Peace.